feel just to get back out on the court and maybe how is acclimating yourselves to each other this year maybe different than last year at this time?
Feels good to get back on the court, especially with the guys that I've been going to war with for the last couple of years, exception of a couple of new guys. But it's feel good. It's just trying to go out there and get after it. It felt good to play someone different the other day. And then I think going into this season, I think it's kind of getting reacclimated. You go into the summer, you're all working on individual things and all that stuff. So now when you get back with each other with the team stuff, it's just like you're trying to get reacclimated.
Rob was starting point guard for you guys the other day. Just what have you seen from him at a camp, and what do you expect from him at a year two?
Yeah, I mean he's been pretty good. I mean, young guy trying to take what he can from all the older guys. Kind of try to give him what I can. Obviously Mike as well, all the point guards, the Bones, and all that stuff. So I mean he's been good. Trying to transition from being one of those newer guys to trying to understand most of the system anyway. I mean he's still young, still has a lot of time, but he's been pretty good for sure.
Naz, what's the process like of trying to get that defensive nastiness back that you guys had 2 years ago and making it who you are again now?
It's kind of like something that I've harped on plenty of times. It's our identity. It's we kind of have to make sure that's known, and it starts with ourselves, and then doing it in practice, and repping it out and all that good stuff, and then having it known that, like I said before, that's our identity, and it's displaying that on the court and having teams fear that identity.
Does that make practices pretty intense when you're trying to ingrain that in your DNA against each other?
Yeah, today was fun. Man, it was intense but fun. Today was one of those days where kind of trying to make that the focal point.
You guys can probably tell 2 years ago in camp that we're going to be a legit defensive team. Do you get the sense of that already? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
100%. That's kind of something that's been implemented early this year. It's like that's what we want to be, and all the guys who've been here, they know. So just reestablishing ourselves, going out there and putting it on display, like I said before. So.
You know each other pretty well, though. This team's that's a lot of games, playoff games you've logged together with most of the guys that are out there that are going to play this year. What does that do for you when, excuse me, a lot of this stuff is second nature?
Yeah, I mean, I think we know each other. We know each other's rotations. I think the biggest thing, everybody knows 1 through 5 on the floor. So you know how to guard. Knowing where to be on the floor, how to be there, when to be there. Playing for each other, that's huge. I think just going out there and completing and just, like I said before, once again, displaying it. It's like that's the biggest thing. You know who you are, that's cool, but you got to go out there and do it. So that's the biggest thing.
Do you have to stay patient a lot of nights because if you come in, you're not going to get your minutes, but you want to get into one of those heaters,
Yeah.
How have you learned to adapt to game by game as to whether or not it's going to be your night or you're going to get shots?
I mean, that's something that I've been doing my whole 6-7 years now. I mean, just learning and adapting, and trying to figure it out. I mean, I think this year is going to be a little bit different, but just staying ready. I think that's the biggest thing. No matter when your number is called, staying ready. Whether it's 6 minutes in the first, 3 minutes in the first, whatever the case may be, just staying ready because you might have any type of impact, whether it's scoring, rebounding, defense, diving on the floor, all that type of good stuff. So it's not just about scoring.
Now, Jaden had that step back at the end of the shot clock, at the end of the game. We don't really see that from him too much in the course of the game.
I told y'all. That's just him getting comfortable. I think him knowing, he has the ability to do that and display these things and going out there and actually doing it. That's another thing. Just being confident in yourself in your game and having, your teammates also and coach also build that, confidence in you as well. So that's something that we've been doing since we got together. So
I was gonna say, but this year for him, do you sense a different energy? Do you sense that he might get more involved offensively this year? Just what are your conversations with him like and workouts been like?
I really just think it's just him taking that next step. I mean, y'all saw it in the playoff series. We've been seeing it. I think, like I said, just him taking that confident step and just going out there and doing what he does best, not just being a defensive player. I mean, I think that's his prioritized, matter. But I think him knowing that he can go on the floor and do what he does best offensively as well. So.
Naz, you're really aggressive right away at the beginning of the first quarter of the game on Saturday. I mean, I know there's no Ant and Julius out there, but you just said I feel like this year's going to be a little bit different. Is that part of the different? Is more aggressive offense, looking for you a little bit more?
Within the offense for sure. I mean, just having my presence felt. I don't think I ended the season, last year with me being aggressive, and taking some of the load off, Julius and Jaden or whoever else, Dante, whatever the case may be, and just being a part of the system. I think kind of just not shied away, but I wasn't there, and I kind of got to start off with a bang, telling myself, this is what I have to do, X, Y, and Z, and going on the floor and doing it.
Does it feel like you have a different role this season?
Not really. I mean, probably just being that I'm, the highest 10-year player on the team, something like that. Other than that, no, not really. I mean, just same role, same goal, and I think it helps because we all got one goal now. So.
When you look back to last year, where does your mind go? Does it go right to the playoffs and the difference between beating Oklahoma City and not, or does it go to the whole season? Where does it go when you think about last year?
I mean, I think you gotta play every moment, every game, one step at a time. I can't just shoot straight to the playoffs and so forth. So you gotta kind of get past who we play tomorrow, Indiana, and all that stuff. It's kind of step by step, taking things step by step. You don't want to, go too far ahead, and then it's just like, you kind of skip a whole bunch of steps. But last year was last year. Like I said before, I didn't want to, or I didn't put the display. I didn't display, the Naz Reid everybody knows, in the playoffs. So. Just trying to make a different impact this start of the season and making my presence felt.
When you play on the perimeter so much, Naz, it seemed like the handle was something Oklahoma City attacked. Is that something then that you take and you're like, okay, that's got to get a little sharper in the offseason, or how do you go about
100%. Like I said, because at some point, Julius and Ant, they're ball dominant, but at some point, they might get trapped or X, Y, Z, and the next person, whether it's me, Dante, Jaden, whoever the case may be, who's in the middle of the floor, has to present themselves and make a play as well. So just taking care of the ball, I think for sure has definitely been a key for me this past summer.
Did you give up on the headband that fast?
Nah, I don't know. I switch everything. I switch shoes. I switch socks. I don't know. I just do whatever.
It's camp. Gotta experiment.
Yeah. So I might go back to it though.
Are those LSU shoes?
No, these not. These are Kobe's, but my sister's favorite color was purple, so I wear them. So.